he literally did hurt me so much. Like, literally, I would like go in town and I'll get something, I'll literally probably go to Mr. Price and get a shirt or a jean, and I like, oh, I have somebody else that, is part of me, and I'll literally get him like a shirt as well, or a short, or shoes, slippers, or you know what I mean. Um, I always included him. I'll go and get snacks, and I'll also include snacks, things that he loved also, Um, I used to pray for this guy. I used to pray for him. Um, I used to talk to God about him, and I'm like, God, please protect him. Let him be true to me, all the stuffs. And he literally wasn't. He literally wasn't. And so after some time, we literally opened an account together. Not an account as in together, but we just started saving together. He will give me money for like he will give me money so that I go and put in the savings account and whatnot. And I did do it. I did do it, but then most of the times I also put my money in there, but then most of the time he did use everything up. And because I loved him too much, I just let everything slide. So days went by, and then he started cheating again. He Now this is the third time he's cheating on me, and he literally chose my friends to cheat on me with. So my cousin, I literally don't know what happened. I literally don't know what happened. I think he was literally flirting with a cousin of mine, right? So I don't know if my cousin knew I was dating him or whatever, but as I don't know how my name came up in or somebody told my cousin about me and him dating and whatnot, and this guy asked my cousin, "Are you a virgin?" Blah 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 blah, stuff like that, and I'm like, you know, um, I also think one of the things that probably made him cheat on me like that was because since from the get go I had told him, sorry, my tongue twists sometimes, but I had told him that I wasn't ready to like sleep with him yet. um I'm like, I've never been with any guy, and um we can probably do this when I'm done with school, as in varsity. So his friends used to tell him that, yeah, when I'll be in my third year or in my second year, he must get me pregnant, so that, as if as in I won't be like, there won't be another guy looking at me and stuff like that. That's what they meant. One of his guy friend told me that, by the way, that they were like, yeah, Ida, you're always talking about you, like your boyfriend should make you pregnant when you're in your third year or second year and stuff like that, and I'm like, what? As in, to trap me not to leave him. That's what I wanted to say. So I think, yeah, that was why he cheated on me most times, but I'm like, being intimate is not, it's not all that, in a sense, is sex is not everything. uh he was cool the first, you know but then he kept being persistent, asking, you know but then I kept telling him that, no, I've made a promise to myself to not defile myself or my body, until I'm literally done with school. And by that time, like, there literally is just so many pregnancies going on. Most of my friends were pregnant, and I'm like, no, I literally can deal with this. I am a child myself, and I can't bring that burden on my mom, especially since she's a single mother, and you know what I mean. So yeah, so he now cheated on me with my cousin. Like, my cousin, I don't know, like, he was now blaming my cousin for things that no, I that my cousin came to tell me the whole whatever, their whole flirting or dating, whatever, and I can't quite remember, but there's an issue that went on, and then my cousin was like, "Nah, I'm going to send Ida all our chats and whatnot, and you're the chats." Ladies and gentlemen, after God, fear men, and I'm saying this in capital letters, nje. Fear amandota, fear men, vagara. Yes. I literally lost it. I lost it. I lost it. I just kept asking myself, am I not enough for this fucking man? Am I not enough? What does this guy want from me? That was the third time he was cheating on me. God knows what they did, if they kissed, if they, you know. I literally don't know, but I was just so shocked, so pained, so disappointed. I was like, I was shattered, literally. Um, I think we broke up after that as well. Um, yeah, we broke up after that, and what happened? I was like single for some months, 7 to 8 months, I think, but I was talking to somebody, I was talking to somebody and whatnot, and then after a while, like we went to an event. There's this other event that usually happens where people go and we count down to the next year. As in, like we go on the 31st of December, and then we're going to count down to January 1. So we went to that event, and then I'm seeing him. I was so mad, but then he passed by me, and then my best friend is like, Ida, check your boyfriend and whatnot, and I'm like, please stop. But then at a later stage, I was just enjoying myself. I literally didn't pay attention that he was there or whatnot. So after a later stage, my best friend is like, yeah, I mean my my boyfriend then, my ex-boyfriend called me, and he's like, please come outside the event. I'm standing at this particular place. Please come. So we talked, blah 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 blah. He just kept calling me, and I'm like, bitch, please. And then, like, my sister literally did love him so much. He was like a bigger brother to her. So my sister and him will talk. He'll call my sister will call him. He's literally so funny. He has a great sense of humor, and he's always good vibes. If you're friends with him, always good vibes and stuff. So he later then called my sister and was like, no, where's your sister, blah 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 blah. Your sister is like showing off, she dumped me and whatnot. And then a few days after himself and my sister spoke, he like texted me with a different number, and he's like, oh, this is homeboy, please pick up, let's talk, blah 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 blah. We spoke about it. I know, you guys, I know. I just kept taking this push of a nigga like back to back to back to back. But that's because I literally genuinely loved him. And I was always imagining, I'm like, I think my life was just too much for him. But then he, like, in the midst of me taking him back, he would still go back to his old ways. He wouldn't say good morning. He wouldn't say good night. He wouldn't call me. He wouldn't call me. He wouldn't. Literally, this guy will forget my birthday. It'll be like my birthday. Like, he can see people wishing me well. This guy is quiet. He will literally be quiet. He won't say anything. and that literally just hit me more. And I'm like, on your birthdays, I'm always going an extra mile, wishing you well, bringing you gifts, you know what I mean? And sometimes, okay, but he didn't do the same for me. And then most times, he'll be like, "No, babes, I'm hungry or whatever," and I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'll cook something and bring for you." And then like I have something. I have like an early lecture tomorrow. I'll tell him that I have to get back to like back home and study for a test tomorrow or something like that. And then this guy, I'll literally go from my place to his place. Mind you, I cooked for him. Sometimes when I was broke, sorry, I would literally just trek to his house. It's like a distance, but it's like, it's near. It's near, but it's like a distance, if I make sense. It's trekkable. So I like trek to his house, and then I'm there outside because he didn't introduce me to any of his family member. I only knew his sister. So I'll go, and then I'm like outside the gate, and I'm like, "Babes, I'm outside the gate. Can you please come and get the food? I have to go home and whatnot." This guy will tell me, "No, no." He'll ignore me. He'll ignore me. Yo, this guy would ignore me, and I'll stand there for about 30 minutes. I literally don't know what happened. He would ignore me for 30, 40 minutes, and then I just get tired of standing there. I literally go back home. When I get home, that's the time he's like, "Oh, I'm coming out." Coming out where, bitch? You know? It was just literally too much. It was literally too much. I had endured so much, and it was like dangerous. Their hood was like literally dangerous. Literally, you can just be walking alone in the street and whatnot. I literally walk by myself, and this guy would at night. He wouldn't care, and you know what I mean. He wouldn't care for my safety like that. And I'm like, I literally did cook for you. I walked from my place to your place to bring you this food that I made with so much love, and you don't want to come out. It is just so much. Literally, this man will. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for crying. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry for crying, but it is just too much. Cause I'm like, I literally love you so much. And I'm like, the least you could do is love me back and just appreciate me. Which he never did. That hurt me so much. you know, um, it literally hurt me so much. Because everything that I did wasn't appreciated. You know, he would always put me second, or he wouldn't even spend time with me. Most times, he was just with his boys. Um, and I'm like, why didn't you like fit me in your schedule? Like priorities. That just says a lot about you. Like you don't appreciate me and stuff like that. So most times I'll just be to myself. It is just too much. And for me, that he did abuse me emotionally. You know, I had to second guess myself every now and then if he really did love me, if I was valuable to him, if I meant anything to him, and stuff like that. And it was just too much for me to bear. And my love being too much for him, like my love for him, you know, fogged my face, and I literally didn't know when it was time for me to leave. And yeah, we got back together after that, and we dated for a while. He will call me names as well. He's like, no, Obembwa. Probably when I don't do anything that he wants me to do, or when I don't agree to something that he's saying and stuff. And you know, um, it has like I should give him my iPhone because I had bought the new phone. Okay, I was waiting for my new phone to arrive, and then it's like, no, you should give me the phone that's coming, and then I can give you my Samsung. And then when he saves up, that's when we'll buy his phone, and then I can get his phone. You know, it was just, and I'm like, no, I also want to use my iPhone and whatnot. He will call me names. You know, it will just make me feel so bad. And I'm like, okay, we can save up for yours and stuff like that, just to make him feel better, you know. But he didn't. Um, so it was just too much. Most times, my mom will, okay, like I'll save up money, and I'll probably just go in town, get a few groceries for the house, come back, and then my mom will be like, where did you get money to buy all those foodstuffs and whatnot? And I'll just tell my mom that, oh, um I'll not tell her that my boyfriend gave me money to buy, you know, foodstuffs. I just literally just used to make him look like, oh, this is like the perfect guy for Ita. My mom literally adored him. And you know, he was kind of like my mom's son as well. um it was just too much, literally. And um you know, like my whole life I haven't been loved correctly, you know. I haven't been loved the way I love, you know. I'm always putting my significant others first, praying for them, wishing them the best in life, you know, but they never did reciprocate that same energy towards me, you know. So that really hurt me so much. Oh, my phone is about to go off. But that really did hurt me so much, and I always question my worth. And I'm like, why do you do this and stuff? So after he called me a dog, like Ovembwa, so I spoke to my mom about it, and I'm like, um, he just also, then he would always do like things that were just not, you know, expected out of him, you know. And I'll always talk to my mom because my mom is my best friend. She knew I was dating him. He'll come to my house and stuff. So yeah, literally. And it was always, the fights always began when he when I wouldn't agree to things that he did want to do, you know. So he always not get angry at me, call me names. And then the last time, like when he called me a dog, it was just like, oh, I'm bored, you know, which meaning like you're just a dog, you know, like. And maybe like that's just such a disrespectful or insult, you know. So he'll say that to me, and I told my mom. My mom asked him like, no, why did you talk to Ida like that and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, I don't know what he answered my mom. And he's like, no, if what Ida can take a joke, what, I'll leave her, or I wouldn't joke with her anymore and stuff like that. And I thought, I'm like, just say sorry and then we can move on, you know. But then I think his ego also played a bigger role in this, because he wouldn't I don't know. I think he just didn't want me to see him as vulnerable. And I'm like, it's okay for you to accept that you're wrong and just apologize and we move on. Like there's no harm to it. I do apologize to you when I know that I'm wrong and stuff. Even if I'm not wrong and you're mad, I'll just tell you, okay, babes, I'm sorry and stuff like that. So yeah, after that, he never spoke to me again. So yeah, that's how we broke up. And yeah, he literally like insult me. He'll be like, there's a time I went to school and then my hair, I just like made bantu knots and then I like made an afro. And then I don't know where he saw me. And then he texts me and he's like, why do you look like a bitch? He be like, why do you look like a bitch? And I'm like, how do bitches look like? He's like, no, your hair looks dirty. You didn't even apply lotion in your hair, blah 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 blah. You know? It was just so much. It is just too much. And I'm like, so I don't wanna get emotional. I was just it was literally just too much for me to bear. It was literally just too much for me to bear, and I was like, I think this is it. I just have to go. I just have to go, and so you guys experiencing any type of, because I know a man that loves you will not do this to you no matter the circumstances. So I just hope you guys find the strength to leave that relationship as soon as possible before they beat you up, or you know what I mean. So this guy tortured my life. There's just so much I'm not saying in this video because I'm just trying to not even save his ass, but I'm not just trying to paint him as the bad guy. He is the bad guy, but I just hope if you're going through such a similar or worse situation, or if you're just going through any type of abuse, I just hope you get the strength to walk away before it just gets worse and you are killed and you are physically abused and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It is just too much for me, and I can't imagine being with such a man like that disrespects me on a daily basis, that doesn't value me, that degrades me and talks down on me. He probably even did talk down on me to his friends and stuff. So that is just too much and it's crazy. But I hope this message reaches you guys well, and I'm sending you guys so much strength, especially to the women or men that are going through, you know, abuse in any sort, or just not being loved correctly by their significant others or anything in that sort. Please find somebody to talk to, find the strength to walk away, and but yeah, my phone is going low, my battery, sorry, but I hope you guys, I'll probably do a part 2 on these. But please, if you did like this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you thought of this video, videos that you like to see in the future. Don't forget to subscribe and turn your notification button somewhere here so that you're notified every time I post. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. I'm so sorry for being emotional, eh? I'm just here to say men are not the prize. Men are not it. Men are not the prize. Like, men are not the prize, and there's just so much to life than men. Nobody wants to be with a dick community. Literally nobody wants to share their men with no other woman, you know what I mean? So I just hope everybody finds the strength to walk away. And this man just put me through so much, all because I loved him so much. He'll always tell me that, no, I love you so much, but then I don't know how to to tell you or to show you how much I love you, or I'm like, reassure me, gift me, it's very much important for people to know what their significant others love languages are, so that because if I don't like gifts, and and if my love language is quality time, and you're forever gifting me with gifts, like what am I supposed to do with them? So I just pray everybody gets somebody that loves and appreciates them, somebody that cherishes them, that doesn't take them for a puss and stuff like that. So yeah, um that's just all that I wanted to say. But just I hope you guys also find peace, because being depressed, and it's just not nice. So yeah.